Barcelona's summer paperwork has suddenly become as important as its summer signings, and this week the club finds itself at the centre of a race against administrative time. At the heart of the story are three names that every fan will recognise. Bardghji and Szczęsny, the experienced goalkeeper whose arrival is meant to steady the shot-stopping department. Gerard Martín, the versatile young defender who can cover left-back and the central defensive line. And Bardghji, the bright young winger whose potential has already attracted attention. Those arrivals, however, are not a simple matter of ink on a contract or a shirt number. They depend on Barcelona freeing the financial and registration room that the club still lacks. The problem is procedural as much as it is sporting. La Liga's registration rules and the club's current wage mass require Barca to reduce obligations before new names can be officially added to the list, and that arithmetic is now dictating who trains, who plays and who remains on the bench. One immediate consequence has already hit Hansi Flick's matchday calculations. Iñaki Peña and Hector Fort were left out of the opening fixtures, and veteran Oriol Romeu has been effectively sidelined as negotiators push toward a decision. The central question over the coming days is simple and brutal. Can Barcelona generate the necessary margin to register their three additions in time for the next La Liga fixture? Or will those players be left waiting while the season moves on? Behind the scenes, the solutions being discussed are familiar to anyone who follows transfer windows closely: contract terminations, mutual rescissions, loan deals that shift wages temporarily, and the financial juggling required to pass La Liga's checks. Romeu, a veteran midfielder who, after returning to the club, has found himself outside the coach's plans, appears to be the most clear-cut lever. If a deal can be struck to release or reassign his salary, it would create the space required to register Gerard Martín, a player Flick sees as valuable cover on the left and in central areas. On a parallel track, the situation around Iñaki Peña is tied into the Szczęsny story. With Peña's contract negotiations and a potential loan, Barcelona could create the room to bring Szczęsny on board fully, giving Flick the experienced goalkeeper he wants between the posts. And then there's Bardghji, a young attacker whose registration is dependent on the same ledger entries. His talent is clear, but paperwork and balance sheets are proving a sterner test than any defender. The stakes are tactical and psychological. For Flick, missing the chance to register these players would not only limit options for rotation and injury cover, it would constrain the tactical tweaks he planned for the opening months. The ability to shift formations, bring fresh legs on the flanks, and protect a demanding schedule with experienced depth in goal. For the dressing room, the uncertainty saps momentum. For supporters, it turns matchday optimism into frayed patience as they wait to see whether the front office can match the ambition on the pitch. There are several possible endings to this mini-drama. The club reaches amicable settlements, players move on, and Barca submits its squad before the deadline. Partial loans or temporary wage sharing ease the burden and allow at least some registrations. Or the audits and La Liga rulings delay decisions and leave the manager to squeeze results out of the current squad. Each path has consequences. A clean exit for a veteran can offer short-term pain, but long-term flexibility. A failed negotiation risks leaving the team short of reinforcements precisely when the fixture list becomes relentless. Fans watching from the stands and the terraces of Camp Nou, and those who follow from abroad, are left with the same uneasy feeling that a single contract signature, a quick handshake, or a last-minute loan agreement could change the shape of Barcelona's season. Whether Romeu's exit becomes the key that unlocks Gerard Martín's inclusion, whether Peña's next move clears the way for Szczęsny, or whether Bardghji has to wait while paperwork catches up with potential, the next 48 hours feel decisive. The club's future on the field this month is being determined not by goals or tackles, but by finance clauses, mutual terminations, and La Liga's audit timeline, a reminder that modern football wins and loses as much in the boardroom as on the lawn.